What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here, and in this one we're going to be giving the latest on Jim Harbaugh, the contract extension, and his future here at Michigan, as well as the future of some Michigan players. Also going to be going over how the Michigan football team is preparing for the college football playoffs in their Rose Bowl matchup against Alabama, as they're taking a different approach this time around. And we're going to end the video by talking about some Michigan players giving back for the holiday season. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so I hope all of you had a great Christmas and a great time hanging out with friends and family. But let's go ahead and get into this video. And the first thing I wanted to start with is an update in the latest on Jim Harbaugh and his contract extension at Michigan, as Michigan has reportedly offered a 10-year mega deal on the table for Jim Harbaugh to sign. Michigan previously reported offered a 5-year, $55 million deal that would have him paid $11 million annually, but now they have offered 10 years for $125 million, which would be $12.5 million annually, and it could make him the highest paid coach in college football. The only thing, obviously, the contract has an NFL clause in there that would have to make Harbaugh agree not to entertain or accept an NFL job for at least the 2024 season. So the NFL clause would be only for one season, but it seems that it has been enough to drag out the process. As we all know, there are tons of job openings and good job openings in the NFL. Many believe that if Jim Harbaugh does want to go back and win a Super Bowl in the NFL, this would be the time to do it. And obviously him, not signing it before Christmas obviously makes it seem that Jim Harbaugh, the possibility of him going to the NFL could potentially be real. However, Michigan obviously has the Rose Bowl matchup in the college football playoffs coming up against Alabama, and right now that is Michigan's sole focus, and I'm sure that is Jim Harbaugh's sole focus. So he will not be signing the contract extension until after the playoffs, I believe, although it would be cool for him to come out, shut down all the NFL rumors right before the playoffs, but I just don't see that happening. But Michigan, they're doing everything they can to keep Jim Harbaugh here. They're willing to pay him whatever he wants, but right now there is some uncertainty of Harbaugh coming back to Michigan. Seems like we go through this, almost every single year, and we're just gonna have to wait and see again this offseason, although hopefully it is a happy offseason with a national championship in our hands. Now, according to On 3 and the Wolverine, Harbaugh has a high-powered agent doing some work, while in the past it was just him and some lawyers. Now, there's obviously players like JJ McCarthy that also have to make a decision of coming back to Michigan or going to the NFL. JJ, he came out and said right away that he doesn't want to talk about that. He wants to focus on this Rose Bowl matchup against Alabama and winning a national championship. And I think that's the sole focus right now for Harbaugh, for McCarthy, for this whole team right now. And so, basically we'll worry about all this stuff after the college football playoffs and hopefully after Michigan winning a national championship. But that's where we stand right now. Michigan, they offer Jim Harbaugh a 10-year mega deal worth $12.5 million annually that could make him the most highest paid coach in college football. So let me know what you guys' thoughts are on that. And while we're talking about JJ McCarthy and the college football playoffs coming up, wanted to talk about how the team is preparing. But first off, JJ McCarthy, he is set to wear custom Jordan 1 cleats for the Rose Bowl, and they look very, very clean. The Jordan 1 shoes look clean by itself, but with the added roses on the back heel of the shoe, it just makes it look crisp and clean. And those are the cleats that he will be wearing for the Rose Bowl. So hey, let's go out there and see JJ McCarthy go out there, ball out in these cleats. But now I want to talk about Michigan wide receiver Roman Wilson as he previews the matchup against Alabama's secondary. As he spoke with some media, he said that I think their corners are really good. They got 3 of them that rotate. I think they're physical on the line. They run really well, and I think they're just good overall. He says what he expects coverage wise. He said I'll probably mostly be one-on-one. I can't really tell. I don't know what they're going to do in the game plan, probably keep it the same. He said they play with a lot of confidence. You just go right at them. No fear. Show them who you are. Don't be scared. Just go out there and don't flinch. And he said the lessons he's taken from the last 2 CFP appearances is, for me, it's just give it all you got. This is the only one that's guaranteed. He said lock into the details. Do everything you can to make sure you're in the right spot in making plays. Also, speaking on his future, he said not really. I'm just really focused on this game right now. He said he's preparing for the Rose Bowl by just attacking it more, being more mentally locked in. He said I get to play against a great team. I get to go for a national championship. It feels good. So this whole team, they are ready to go. They've also changed, their prep this year in its bowl prep approach this season compared to past seasons. This team is also, taking the underdog approach, even though they're favored by the spread. They still feel like they are the underdog in this one, especially with a lot of people in the media, thinking Michigan doesn't have a chance, thinking Alabama is Alabama and they're going to handle business again in the playoffs. But Michigan has changed from going all out from a physicality standpoint. The focus has been on keeping up with workouts while also focusing on the mental side of the game, and the practices have not been nearly as physical, with several walkthrough periods thrown in, and film study has been at the forefront. But instead of just overworking it and overthinking it this time around, the more the focus has been on keeping bodies healthy and keeping brains sharp. We'll see how this change and this different approach turns out for Michigan. This team, they are the better team in this game. They were the better team last year, though, in the TCU game. They just made way too many mistakes. They shot themselves in the foot, and the focus now is focusing and zoning in on their preparation, their technique, and not making, mistakes that they usually don't make. Michigan, going into the playoffs, they have made the fewest turnovers of any team. And obviously in past seasons, leading up to the college football playoffs, they get a whole month off. So there may still be some rust to shake off early in the game. That was obviously evident in both past 2 seasons. But Michigan, this team, they seem confident that the current approach will be beneficial this time for them. So as we approach 6 days away from today as I'm making this video, this team will be taking off to go to Pasadena real soon here in the next couple days. But let me know your guys' thoughts on Michigan's new approach this time around. But, I know one thing, it's going to be hard to beat this Michigan team, and the confidence they have, it should be high going into this game. They're the #1 team in the country for a reason. And Blake Corum, he has said that they feel like they are the top dog, and as they should. But I also want to talk about some Michigan players, as Michigan running back Blake Corum donates toys at Children's Hospital. Blake Corum, he already hosted a toy drive at Somerset Collection earlier in the month, and Corum, he made some of the donations in person on Friday as he visited Mott Children's Hospital in Ann Arbor with a truckload of toys. So very cool there. And then also Will Johnson and Samaj Morgan gave back as they also hosted a toy donation drive in Detroit. And it also just wasn't Will Johnson and Samaj Morgan, it was also players and prospects and recruits that play for Sound Mind and Sound Body, as Michigan early unruly linebacker Jeremiah Beasley also attended to help pass out toys. So very cool there, Michigan players giving back for the holiday season. Very cool to see. But other than that, that is going to wrap up today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you are new around here. I greatly appreciate it. Other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.